No matter how fast the wheel of time may move, it never remains blindfolded like Gandhari of the Mahabharata. It instinctively recognizes every incarnation and epoch maker of each era. From Ram and Krishna to Buddha, Kabir and Nanak, none have ever remained hidden from the eyes of time. Each of them was unmistakably recognized by their era.
There are rare moments in human history when divinity takes form, not just to uplift a few, but to awaken the entire planet and humanity.
On 20th September 1911, on the auspicious day of Krishna Trayodashi at 9 a.m., in the village of Anvalkheda in Agra district of Uttar Pradesh, the divine power incarnated in the form of a child in the revered household of renowned Bhagavad scholar Pandit Roop Kishore Sharma and his virtuous wife Tan Kumari. The child was named Sri Ram. At the tender age of just 9, a deep yearning to visit the Himalayas had already awakened in his heart. His father took the 10-year-old boy to Kashi, where he was initiated with the sacred thread ceremony and spiritual initiation, Diksha, by the great scholar Pandit Mahamana Madan Mohan Malviya ji. During the Diksha, Malviya ji said to the young Sri Ram, "Become a Brahmin, not by birth, but through deed." Young Sri Ram made this teaching the guiding principle of his life. The Gayatri mantra began to flow constantly from his lips. He absorbed the Gayatri mantra, and the mantra in turn fully absorbed him. By the age of 15, his spiritual practice had become so intense that on the day of Vasant Panchami in 1926, a radiant orb of light emerged from the lamp burning in his sadhana chamber. The entire room was illuminated by its aura. From within the orb emerged the image of a Himalayan master, Guru Sarveshwaranand. The astonished and slightly anxious boy Sri Ram was reassured by the Guru, who introduced himself and said, "I have been your Guru for many lifetimes. I have come again in this life to guide you through significant tasks." The Guru then showed Sri Ram glimpses of his many past lives. With complete surrender, Sri Ram bowed to his Guru. After establishing the disciple's awareness, the Guru gave him 3 goals. First, to complete 24 Mahapurashcharans of Gayatri in 24 years. Second, to build an organization and launch a magazine called Akhanda Jyoti to begin a thought revolution. And third, to embrace the duty of the era, Yug Dharma, and participate actively in the freedom movement. Following the directions given by his Guru, his life moved ahead. Sri Ram Sharma Acharya began collecting these scattered elements of Indian Rishi traditions and spirituality. He harmonized them and dedicated himself to awakening the consciousness of Indian society. At the same time, he commenced the practice of Gayatri Mahapurashcharan, surviving only on barley bread and buttermilk. His sadhana continued uninterrupted for years. He reintroduced the Gayatri mantra, freed it from restricted rituals, and made it accessible to the common people. He gave a new direction and identity to the Rishi tradition and elevated the ancient heritage to new heights. He adorned the glory of Indian saintly tradition with unparalleled achievements and spread the golden light of Indian spiritual heritage across the world. By now, young Sri Ram had become Acharya. He began the practice of mantras that revealed those spiritual secrets which Kabir sought through Nigun Bhakti and which Buddha explored through Vipassana. He interwove spirituality, human values, and the tradition of yajna with absolute purity, breathing new life into the mantras. He granted the sacred thread, Yajnoparita, as a right to all of humanity, removed the fear and confusion surrounding mantra restrictions, Keelan Nishkeelan, and gave everyone the hopeful assurance and right to chant the Gayatri Mantra. It would be most accurate to say that he re-established the stature of the Gayatri Mantra, Yajna and Yajnopavita. Just as Kabir brought bhakti and religion into the domain of rational discussion, similarly, Sri Ram Sharma Acharya established the Gayatri Mantra at the confluence of devotion and science. Where Buddha spoke of emptiness through philosophy, Pandit Sri Ram Sharma Acharya realized that void through resolve and made divinity manifest within human beings. He not only meditated upon the Gayatri Mantra, but also lived it. This is why Devrah Baba once said, the Vyaharitis, sacred utterances of the Gayatri Mantra, would have remained incomplete if Sri Ram Sharma Acharya had not come in this era. Former President Dr. Shankar Dayal Sharma had rightfully said that Sri Ram Sharma Acharya truly reinstated Haridwar's status as the Dev Bhumi, the sacred land of the gods.
आचार्य जी ने हमको ये उपदेश दिया कि हम अपना आचार शुद्ध करें। मैं तो ये मानता हूं कि आचार्य कहने का अधिकारी वो है जो अपने आचरण से दूसरों के आचरण को प्रभावित करता है और सही तरफ ले जाता है। और आचार्य जी ऐसे ही व्यक्ति थे जिन्होंने सबके आचरण को उठाने का काम किया और एक ऐसी संस्था स्थापित की कि ये कार्य बराबर निरंतर चलता रहे। हमें इसको करना है।
Amid spiritual heights and bearing the sense of Yog Dharma, young Sri Ram plunged into the Indian freedom movement. He actively participated in the Salt Satyagraha and soon came under the radar of the British government. He was brutally beaten during protests and imprisoned in Asansol jail. Witnessing his patriotism, passion and courage, his fellow freedom fighters gave him the name Sri Ram Mant. Intoxicated with patriotic fervor, after his release from jail, he began inspiring youth to join the freedom movement through his writings in the daily newspaper Sainik, published from Agra. Hundreds of youth joined the movement after reading his articles. What Yog Dharma truly means can be easily understood by observing Gurudev's life. During his mantra sadhana, Gurudev wrote his first book, Who Am I? This question and its answer shook the dormant human consciousness. Thousands and millions of enlightened individuals responded to this one call and offered themselves to the Thought Revolution movement. Clad in yellow garments, these soldiers of the Thought Revolution marched from village to village. The slogan of a radiant 21st century echoed throughout India. In 1940, the first issue of the monthly magazine Akhand Jyoti was published, giving the Thought Revolution movement even more momentum. In 1953, the foundation of Gayatri Tapobhumi was laid in Mathura, which emerged as a living pilgrimage site. Gurudev's writing continued with intensity and he authored thousands of books, including Gayatri Mahavigyan. He expressed his thoughts on ancient scriptures and translated hundreds of Vedic texts. For this, he was revered by scholars as Gyaninam Agraganyam, counted foremost among the enlightened. On 20th June 1971, Gurudev left Mathura permanently and came to Haridwar. Along with him came the Akhand Deep, the eternal flame of unique faith, which had remained lit continuously since 1926. Before this, following the instructions of his Guru, Gurudev had organized the Grand Narmed Yagya in 1956. In 1958, the Sahasra Kundya Gayatri Mahayagya was conducted, in which Gayatri devotees from all over the country participated. Through these Yagya ceremonies, Gurudev reminded human consciousness once again that the Gayatri Mantra is both a means and a goal. It is the worship of soul power and a symbol of mighty resolve. It is also the point of convergence between science and society. Revered Gurudev Pandit Sri Ram Sharma Acharya was in the truest sense the pioneer of the Indian Renaissance. He was the torchbearer of collective welfare. He was the primal architect who dismantled inequalities and forged new equality. Through Yajna and the Rishi tradition, he reorganized Indian society. He broke the chains of caste and established this principle: service is the highest religion of mankind. He gave a new mantra to the faithful and the devout: sow and you shall reap. He offered a method to perceive divinity in both the animate and the inanimate. He described humans as lost deities. In 1960 and again in 1971, under the guidance of his guru, Gurudev undertook 2 pilgrimages to the Himalayas and performed rigorous austerities there. After returning from his second Himalayan journey, he focused on the development of Shanti Kunj. He traveled across the country, initiated millions of Gayatri disciples, and connected them with the Thought Revolution movement. Through bicycles and bag libraries, noble thoughts were disseminated to every household. This is the result of his unwavering resolve that Gurudev's thoughts remain eternal even today. The literature of revered Gurudev forms the foundation of democratic values. The divinity he envisioned in humanity is in fact the ultimate goal of all world religions. Therefore, it is no exaggeration to say that Shanti Kunj is the symbol and dream of this era's hope and aspiration. It is a spiritual and cultural living dialogue. To understand Shanti Kunj is to understand glorious India, to understand the land of Ram and Krishna. That is why the Thought Revolution movement has also been referred to as the 10th incarnation. The Gayatri Parivar envisioned by revered Gurudev today serves as the greatest bridge between East and West. If said in just a few sentences, it can be said that in Indian society, if there is a name that embodies discipline, ideals, humility, discernment, values, and restraint, it is the Gayatri Parivar, nurtured by Yug Purush revered Sri Ram Sharma Acharya.
Vedamurti Taponist Pandit Sri Ram Sharma Acharya ji, affectionately known to us as Puja Gurudev. To understand the magnitude of his impact on humanity, imagine a person who spent half of his life in deep solitude, ekant, dedicated solely to reaching the highest peak of human consciousness, the spiritual practice called Gayatri Mahapurush Charana. For any seeker that takes the path of Gayatri Sadhana, this is the ultimate summit that beacons. He also laid the foundation for nearly half of all Gayatri Parivar centers in existence today. To grasp the scale, if you were to visit just one center each day and did nothing else, it would take you 10 years to revisit the first one. Such was the vastness of what he accomplished. And he was not merely a sage or a scholar. He was a spiritual force, a revolutionary who was sent to usher in a new era, Yuga Nirmana as we call it, a moral, spiritual, and cultural renaissance for humanity. Puja Gurudev's heart was beating for the oppressed one, the underprivileged ones. As a child, he taught values to friends in mango orchards. As a youth, he served chronically ill people and challenged the barriers of that time. To me, he was not just a thinker, but also a doer. He joined the freedom movement, faced imprisonments, and served even in jails. He pioneered health, education, women empowerment, self-reliance movement, Swavalamban, Nari Shakhtikaran, long before they became national slogans. Puja Gurudev declared that spirituality is not escapism, but courageous engagement with the world's challenges. I must say that he did redefine religion as righteous living, Yajna as the selfless service, and Gayatri Sadhana as the code of transformation. Every step of his life stood for what he considered as righteous, the greatest soul that we all encountered. And at every step that Gurudev took, Vandaniya Mataji, Mata Bhagwati Devi Sharma ji, the divine Shakti, nurturing, guiding, empowering force was with him. She was Mahakali's resolve, Mata Sita's compassion, Ma Sarada's wisdom, and in many ways, Ma Durga's strength. She carried forward the mission after Puja Gurudev. Even after their physical departure, their spirit moves through thousands of Shaktipeeths, millions of sadhaks, and volumes of transformative literature written by them. The proclamation, Hum Badlenge, Yug Badlega, is no longer a slogan, it is a lived reality. Together, we all of us, all the millions and millions of Gayatri Parivar members, Parijans, we are called to be the Yug Shilpis, the architects of new era. We are not merely followers, we are the successors of a divine legacy. The dream of Satyug is not a myth of the past, it is a task for the present. So let us walk together in humility and strength, holding the red torch of collective power and transformative divinity into humanity and this earth into heaven. In the words of Pujya Gurudev, each of us is the Gayatri Parivar. We are the movement, we are the mission, we are the transformation. Let us live this legacy and let us leave a legacy that is meant for future.
हमारे YouTube चैनल शांति कुंज वीडियो गायत्री परिवार को सब्सक्राइब करें एवं बेल आइकन जरूर दबाएं ताकि गायत्री परिवार की विभिन्न गतिविधियों की जानकारी आपको मिलती रहे।